Terrible way to start a video, eh? But I'm not going to cut it out. You know why? Did it happen? It sure did. Can't take it out of my life. I can hide it from everybody else. Well, what am I hiding? So it happened. So I don't get good ratings. What am I supposed to do? So I don't make the millions I'm looking to make. Well, what am I going to do? You know, I don't know. I had a good weekend. If I would have had $1 million more, would I have had a better weekend? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I probably would have ate too many filet mignons and got sick. This is what we're going to do right now. I'm going over to look at the MAYAN chart. I have looked it over for 10 minutes, and I want to show you what I see. Although I see very little, but don't forget, look at my video 6 months ago. I have rapidly grown to where I have had a definition and a number, but really no comparable. Now I can run over to the timetable or the periodic table and show you certain numbers that are fragile, like 62 and 26 and 88. That's all Mercury numbers. Those are all Mercury numbers. They're the numbers of life, of the third part of the second world. Third part, second world, 23, 3 by 2 is 6. Connecting to what? 3 plus 2, 5, the in-between. Times, plus, divided. We shall go on to the next text. Why? Because I am very proud of myself. This one's for me. Although I must have 12 or 13 or 1,400 videos, who knows? But I feel very strong lately. What I don't like is I know there's going to be something that happens, but the whole world knows something's going to happen. First it's going to happen there, like a pinball machine. First it'll happen there, and now you got to declare civil unrest because everybody's out of the house and they don't want to stay in the house because you got to watch out and this whole shebang. Why do you think they wrote the Bible? Do you know where we are right now? You're part of who you are as God. Do you know who you are? Before you came into this book, okay, our Father said, read the instructions of the book and put upon you, okay, the deeds you must do. You become the God out of the knowledge that Father gave us, okay? He doesn't need to come into the game. We know the whole thing. We know we're going to die at the end before we come in, and we still come into life because we moved from one world to the next. We all keep wanting to do it for some reason. The mind is like a pinball. I'm a pinball wizard. And then everything's about in this world 4, 5, and 6. But on man's side, it's all about 3 and 6. But no, the pregnancy is 4 and 5. Because 3 parts in creation, okay, is not a pregnancy. Man and woman can only give birth at 4 and 5. Creation of 3 times 45 equals 135. 135-degree angle, okay, is at 430 or at the 9 key of your telephone or your keypad? Well, it would be the 3 on this one. 135 degrees. The 7th gate, 1, 3, and 5, A-C-E, as for letters. It says ace. You know, I'm hot and I'm on the wire. I'm really into this right now, but I'm not. I don't know where I'm going with the next thing that I'm going to be telling you. So that's the only thing still I have not grown out of that. But still, maybe my video should be over 4 minutes, right? Anyways, we're going to jump into the MAYAN thing. I'm going to see if I can find it here somewhere. Well, no, this is not it. How is everybody doing out there? Is it late at night for you? What year is it? I mean, by the time somebody watches this video for the 100th time, it might be 2017. And then this video will be either, guy didn't know he was talking about, or, now it makes a little bit more sense. You know, if this was 2017, we might be saying, yeah, guy makes sense. But in 2012, so close. They brought a Bible into this. Don't you know what the Bible's all about? It's got numbers and names all over the place, and specifics, of course. I mean, even with Da Vinci, I mean, you had Christ inside the picture, the Last Supper. We are in a world, okay, where time and compression have finally arrived, where one and most are compelled to jump forward. What they did in the 60s, it's now 50 years later, they call it the Yovo years. And it's like the 50s came back and we're all hippies again. And still they get no respect. What was I talking about now? Yes, we got to go back to that chip and that jump. Where are we right now? Well, you know what? After seeing that last picture of the planets and Uranus was sideways, I'm trying to say, you know, why in the world is Uranus sideways? Why would they put a picture of Uranus sideways? We are not getting the actual visual, okay? If something is down right now, it means they're in another world, another pattern. The circle is going through itself. You don't even see it. For me, I just look at it the truth. I just say we're on Saturn. We're just maybe a little planet like Earth inside of Saturn somewhere, something like that. And then we look out at the satellite and we look back, we'll go, yeah, we're on Earth. Yeah, but inside the whale, inside Saturn. Saturn opens up, Earth goes in, it lands, they put all the pods down, and everybody starts to say, oh, is that what they did in space? Well, what do you think God did? He made a superhuman computer, okay? It's an element of thought transported through whatever our nerves do. He did it. He did it. Now we can go in and out. He only needs what's on your mind. Because depending on what's on your mind is what's going to give it its role. And if you're a bad marble in God's system, what the hell are you good for? Probably get a flat tire on the way. And he'd be made out of steel and still get a flat tire. Okay, so where are we? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh, this is not it. This is not it. Oh, well, one of those are it. I found something, so I'm going to be zooming on into maybe this. No, I don't like that one. Don't like the first one. Maybe it's the second one. Hold on a second. I just want to see if I can zoom. Oh yeah, I can. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. This is good. This is good. So now I'm going to shrink this. Okay, I'm going to shrink it. Okay, just to see it, what you can see. Oh, perfect, perfect. Okay, so now I have to move it more into the screen and show you a piece at a time. Okay, do you see right over here where my mouse is? Look at it. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. This is the 5 dice. Okay, I don't even know where my dice are right now. Hold on. Here, you see that? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But the only difference is it's Roman style. There is a 1 beside it, okay? The standing stick, if you take a look, it's above the line. You see the shadow? See the shadow, the black shadow? I'm going to move my mouse over here. See all the black shadows? See the black shadows? See the black shadows showing they're apart? If you look at Roman numerals, this would say 1, 5, which equals 4. And this would say 5, 1, which would be 6. And this would be 1, 5, which would be 4. This would be 5, 1, would be 6. And so on and so forth. Okay? These are horsemen. Okay? If you take a look, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the horse. And the shadow is on the side showing you. Okay? And they're all going the same way. Okay? Hold on a second. I want to make it a little bit bigger because maybe I'm just going to get myself out of the way of this and just make it completely big. Now, I'm not sure what you can see. Okay, so I'm going to show you with my mouse. There's 2 lines over here. That's an 11. This is an object. This is an 11. This is an object. Okay. This is a division. Okay, you see right underneath? It's now a division. Fell underneath over here. There was 1 line in between. Here, the division is completed. with an image. These two make this one image. Okay. And there's a lot of other little things, just like the arms of this guy right over here. If you can see right next to him, he can be behind that, okay, and a part of it. Because if you look in his hands, if you look in his hands over here, he's crunching 211s here, and he's crunching 211s here. It's like he's locking you in. Down here, right over here, you see that? 5 and 5, 10. One is in between, thick one, saying H. You see the H that's here? It's all curved in. It's an H on this angle. It's not just that. It is an H. It does go with it. 5 on one side, 5 on the other to complete the 10. Okay? These are rolling pins. Okay, look, you see up here? This one is fixed. You see this one is fixed? This one is fixed. This one is open. Okay? This one is fixed. This one is fixed. This one is open. Over here, I'm not sure if you can see me. I'm going to shrink this again to see. Let me see if I can shrink this. Oh my God. Don't tell me you haven't been seeing anything at all. Hold on a second. Where is this? Okay. Okay, let me do this. Okay, here's another thing I want to show you. I'm not sure if you were able to see what I just showed. Okay, all these 5s and 4s and 6s, but it's also over here. You see where my little thing is? I'm going to try and show you something else. Hold on a second. Right here, right here. Can you see where my mouse is? See where my mouse is right here? It's a gate. There's a gate right here. It moves. There's another one over here. Okay, there's another one over here. There's another one over here. There's 4 of them. Okay, they move. Okay, they all move. Okay, why? Because if you take a look over here in the center, the reason you can't see it, it's not because it's cut away. It's because the passage, okay, is behind it. It's not even here. Okay, if you take a look over here, it shows you 2 sides of the board. Right over here. See that crack there? There's an elevation in this. Here's your 10 that I was showing you before. Okay. Now, if you take a look at this actuality of the pins, okay, you can actually not even move this. But if you take out the top pin over here and move the bottom pin here, this will move. This would be this here on the top, I would look at and say that was Venus. This part is Venus. The bottom left-hand corner over here, that would be Uranus. The one on the right over here would be Pluto. This one over here is Saturn. This one over here is Mars. This one over here is Earth. And we definitely do not live here. We don't live here. This is Earth and we don't live here. Don't you see? Don't you know where our dinosaur bones come from? They came up and they planted it in the ground on this planet. What do you think? Dinosaurs were here? Man can't stand up on his own. What would a dinosaur be doing here? I'm not too sure about that story. Then you have the feathers down here at the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Left. 1, 2, 3. There are only 5, okay, but the center is the third one for both. And that center's just above it right over here between the 2 5s. And it is the letter I and it is the letter H. That's the way it's done in the other world. You want them to just make a whole big H in the middle and say, hey guys, and look at the other standing, okay? You see these 2 dots over here, one at the top right here and the one over here? Okay, I wanted to see what would happen if I would flip it, but I'm afraid I won't be able to find the image anymore. And there's definitely movement in here. I can't explain the whole thing. I just took a look at it for the first time. Oh, and this is very funny over here. It almost looks like a squirrel if you take a look at it. You've got a red bench with arms on each side, okay? And then what you have, it seems like you have a person just behind it. okay, right here. And then see this point over here? Okay, it's almost like the point of a knife. Okay, and they show the knife on the deck of cards. So what it actually is it's a crown connecting one side with the other side up to the numbers, and the number right here in the center, they connect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 555. If we multiply 555, we get 1.25, and that's 5 minutes of the Earth movement. If we add them, we get 15, and we get omega. This, like I said over here, is Venus. Do you notice the way the 2 points are coming together on each side in the same area? And if we carry it away, you see the way the horses are going away here, but the arrows are going towards. And you see the way the horses are going away still? Where are they going away to? Okay, they all go away right down here to where this is supposed to be, where Neptune would be, somewhere all the way at the bottom. This would be below Neptune somewhere. Okay, so the question, if it's below Neptune, okay, it looks, if you take a look at these balls here, these things here, right, it's almost like there's something underneath our Earth actually turning this Earth around more than what we actually think. I think there's a little bit more added to it, because have you ever seen a planet in your whole entire life where you don't do very much and every day's the next day? What did you do to make it today? Well, I don't know. Now, at the bottom here, if you take a look, you can see it's like dead fish heads, okay? And all these scrawny centers show fish bones, okay? All these scrawny backbones over here. Scrawny backbones over here, okay? But don't you notice that this picture over here, the fish is straight up, upside down, upside down. This can be seen both ways, upside down. This way you've got two eyes. Do you remember we saw that at the top? Just about like that. Almost the same thing at the bottom. It's Venus. Venus presents herself here, and Venus presents herself here. That would mean Mercury would have to present himself, would be Mars would be here. Mercury should be here, okay? But it would probably end up being here. If they changed around, okay, the dimensions, okay, we'd have interior and exterior worlds, 2, 4, 6, and 8, 1, 3, 7, and 9, basically, or 1, 3, 1, 3. Anyways, I keep mixing up September with August. Anyways, okay, we're going to leave it at that for now. I'm going to put that away. Just went over just a quick maze. Where do I think we are right now? Well, you know what? We are taking the jungle from the animals. We are taking the jungle from the animals. Who are we to take the jungle? Until what point do we say, hey, we've taken enough from this planet? At what point? Okay? If we do have a God, do you think he wants us to take everything we can goddamn get? Absolutely not. It's too easy. You just keep going till you have everything. You can't do it. That's why he ends this game. Because in this world, you can almost get anything you want. I mean, because once you got the cops, you can do anything illegal in between all of that. And even if somebody knows, can't do anything about it, because here's $100,000, keep your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? And it's not only that, it's happening all over in countries where the payroll is absolutely terrible, where we're actually building cars that we don't need because the other one does it. You know, I think that 4 or 5 items in this entire world should belong. Definitely, if it belongs to companies, they definitely should be actually cut from any limitations with the government. My God, you can't mix money and government. It doesn't go. You don't mix money and government. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't work. When government needs something, it tells the people, and right away the money will flow automatically because everybody will know where it's going. But when nobody knows where it's going, nobody wants to be free with their money. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on? We removed the jungle. When do we stop? Do we fly into space because we learned how to do it? What did God want? Did God want us to build rocket ships to go into space, to learn? Well, obviously, wouldn't He want us to go into space to see what it is? Or does God already know? And if God wanted man to go into space, He would have said, no. What would God want to know? What does God want man to go into space? I guess God wants man to do everything, right? But man's not going to share, and man's not fair, and man doesn't care, So it's just like at the end of the rope. But anyways, this is what I gotta say. My bones keep telling me, when is it going to be the time? When is it going to be the time? 3.5 more years. 3.5 more years. I'm just gauging a cycle in my book. So I say 3.5 more years, and I'm trying to say, at what point do we regulate it? You can't regulate it at the end. The hero only comes at the end. So if the hero was in 2015, let's say 2016, the hero was in 2016, you really don't regulate anything for at least 6, 8 months before that. Never celebrate that fast. 14 months, 14 months from 36 months, from 40 months, 26 months, take away 12 months. I see about another, till next summer. I think if they're going to bomb Iran or something, before it bounces back on America, it's going to be within less than a year. Anyways, from now to now to now and now, Raphael 7286. Thank you.